Hello. Hello guys, we are trying to build a login page using Firebase database. We are going to store the data that users enters in the login page. We are going to store in that in the database. For this, we need to set up the connection with the Firebase. No, this is the part of the code that use it to connect to the database. Here, key.json is the major part. That is the private key that we generate in the Firebase. We store that here. Use it to connect to the database. And now let's come to the code. To implement this, we need the express we need express path, and we need to set up a vengine.js because we are using the files with extension .js. Here we can see in the view dashboard.tjs, login.tjs, and register.tjs. And we are trying when we try to access the log. Let me open the browser. Let's go to localhost 1000 as I mentioned the port as 1000 here. Let's try to access it. We're going to a register form, right? See, this is the part that is helping to get the register form. Here, when we try to access the local port 1000, app.get slash this one. This is called the this something like home page for the server. When we try to access this, we are rendering the page register. Response.register used to render the page that we have here, register.ejs. This page will be rendered. In the register.ejs, we're having a form that will take the user's email and password. If he is a new user, where's the browser? Yeah, that's the default. Uh, this is the template that we are going to see. If he is a new user, he is going to register here, or else if he is a existing user, he can directly go to the login page. For that, we have a tag here. Let me let me give some, yeah, let me give some new email. Give and password be some hello itself. Let us register. Now I redirect to the login page, right? Let me explain the code here. Let's go index.js. After the rendering of the register form, we are entering the submit button. That is going to redirect us to the login page here. When we click the submit button, app.post register form, this part of code is going to be executed. Here we are trying to get the details of the user by through request.body. When the user enters the details, it is going to be stored in here. We are creating a constant variables email and password, in which we are storing the email and password of the respective that we have created. Hello at the rate of gmail.com, password is hello, right? We are going to add that into the database. db.collections.add email. This is going to add the details into the database. Let's check whether the details had added to the database. This is the project that I created for registration, the login one. Let's go to the database. You can see here, these are the emails that I stored previously. The new one here, hello at the rate of gmail.com. The password is hello. It is added into the page efficiently, the database. And then the next part is we redirect the register to the login page. Here we can have login.ejs. Here the user has to log in again to the dashboard as he registered successfully. Now user is redirected to the login page. Now he has to re-enter the details. Hello at the gmail.com. Hello. Yeah, we can see a message. Your login is successful with a pop-up message there. when we enter the submit button in the login page, before that, this is the form, this is the part of the code that is executed when we redirect to login page. App.get login, this one is going to be start. As we are here seeing, we are trying to render this page as res.render login with the title some login page. And after that, when we enter the submit button in the login page, this part of the code is going to be executed. Here we're trying to validate the data that user has entered. We're collecting the data from the database that we have stored here, and we are checking if the pass if the and we are taking the email into the user data, and we are checking whether the user data is equal to password. That is, the database has username and this email and the password. We are checking whether the user has entered the correct email and the password. We are going to take the email that user has entered, and we are going to check user.password that was stored in the database like hello is equal to the password that was entered by the user in the password in the login page. If it is correct, we are directly redirecting him to the dashboard. If else it was not, we are saying him with an error message, invalid password. Let us check whether it is going to be, it is checking if it is an invalid. Hello, let me enter some invalid password. Yeah, we can see that the page was not redirected into the dashboard because user had entered the invalid password. Let us enter the valid one. Hello. He was successfully redirected into the dashboard. This was the complete code that we are handling here. Thank you.